Welcome to day 4 of our 5-day challenge. How to get or to prevent the burnout of the changes we are facing today. And today in day 4, we are going to talk about a way to get by resentment. It's the lowest point that can build. Tupac Shakur said, "Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside us while still alive. Never surrender." Because when you lost, and when you lost your job or you lost relationship or anything else, one of the best thing you can do for yourself is to move past resentment. Resentment can be more painful than cancer. I am the one who experienced that almost death because of resentment. Talking from my own experience, we know that every sickness comes from stress and continuing to neglect ourselves. And then all of a sudden says, "Oh, we don't know that our coworker, it was burnout and left the job." We don't know. People don't know because you don't communicate. Resentment is the lowest point that anyone can feel. By resenting things like the entry of fear, of anger, denial, emotional outbursts, numbness, disorganization, panic, guilt, loneliness, isolation, everything, depression, that this doesn't give you any hope for tomorrow. Get out of that shell that you suffer from that kind. It's worse, believe me. By this, you suffer. By resenting things that have or have not happened and resenting the past, the people close to me, and I am the one who suffer. I look around and recognize that no one can fix the past or predict the future. The past is only language and the stories in our memory. And it's not happening now. It's what I kept in my subconscious mind, and I respond and resent, and indeed fear of tomorrow that did not occur yet, that can cripple my life. The only thing I can fix to enjoy this now, the present I am sharing with you. Most of us are often not present and living in fully in a precious moment of our life. We live in fear of tomorrow, which affect us in most profoundly, that it make us sick and small. When we come to stop and listen to our own soul without judgment, then we reach to the safest and the most peaceful place to live. Ask yourself this question of experience. Do you want this experience? All the answers are within me. I don't need to be selfish, as no one of us in the world is alone. It's our duty as a human to put love first. Choose love instead of resentment. And remember that God chose to love instead. My advice to you is to not to get in that blaming and complaining that poison your body and your spirit, and then your life. Based on your childhood experience, I see, observe, and judge reality through my lenses. And I believe that I do the best possible. I stroll through life, and then I through my filters. So I end up making wrong choices over and over again. And I blame my outside world for my misfortune. I understand that everything that happened in our life happened through us, not to us. My life is product of my actions. Happiness is a choice. I made, and I should look outside. Should not look outside for answers, because all the answer is here with me and what I did. I was judging everything and everyone through my lenses. When my son took forever to finish his homework, I blamed myself for not teaching him. When something didn't come up with a day in a way I blame myself. When the traffic, I blame the traffic. When the co-worker did something wrong, I blame myself for not being there. When the weather was bad, I complain. If someone did something wrong, I judge and I took it in heart. This feeling worked by tricking you in a vicious circle, that angry in that present, scare for what is to come, and fully resentment over the past. The reality is that emotion like anger, resentment, hate, fear, and all interconnection with my childhood experiences, and I was suffering under the threat of communism regime, and which they don't give us any freedom. This system limitation were in blame on me. And I was living in United States unconsciously. I was operating under the paranoid belief if I did something wrong, I could lose my job. I was always worried about what other people think about me. I put up a wall to prevent anyone to get closer to me, because unconsciously I was afraid that if I let someone get close, I could get hurt. That is huge limiting beliefs that we come from all corners of the world, and we bring that with us. As my self-awareness rose, I understand that the root of everything that happened to me was because I wasn't letting go and forgetting about the suffering in my childhood. I realized that happiness is a choice, and to forgive and forget, and to let go and to live in the moment and be in a place of gratitude is my duty for myself, my family, my friends, and my community. If I do something wrong, or someone else does something wrong, and if I keep grudges, I don't forgive, I live my life swallowing poison and expecting the other person to die, which is the lowest point of human experience. The only person who suffered is me. When anything happens, is because both sides contributing to the problem. Be a bigger person. As the word forgive is give for. We all make mistakes. And because of that, it's a part of human experience. We should see the other side of the coin and understand that it's our choice to feel and be present and look forward to making positive steps with the gratitude and accept people differences. No one can change the past. It doesn't exist any longer. The only thing I can change is now and moving forward. You have no idea what liberating feeling I experienced when I clear my soul resentment. I feel empowered, energized, and on top of the world. Take heart and be one. Some people can spend hours dwelling the wrongdoing of them on justice or snub, accusation, or lousy treatment from others. This resentment is going to spoil your system. The idea of no longer being supported by thoughts and energy of resentment that are right to be full of judgment and increase you need hold on to your resentment, that is no if you need to do healthy and successful life. Of course, you can't always control what happened to us, yes, especially as a children, but as an adult, yes, we do have a choice. Now, the light of true nature shine path that is blessed, rewarding, and feeling fulfilling. So the steps that you need to do for day 4. Take a look inside yourself and see where it's coming from, and more importantly, why, without any judgment. Take time to explore is sometimes holding into resentment in a way of avoiding pain. Look for the wisdom and knowledge, because that wisdom brings clarity, offering new channels and determination that you let go and requires more work from you to get out. And start a reflection point. How do my mood affect my thoughts and my decision making? How could I or you describe my communication style that affect me or others? What traits in others bothers me and why? Do I find it difficult to admit when I am wrong? Why and why not? What are my strengths and weaknesses? And what is my emotional vocabulary? Pause yourself and feel yourself and start to respond not emotionally, but to that situation. Take a break and, if possible, short walk. Then ask yourself this question: does this need to be said now? Does this say to be by me? And will I regret if I not speak up later, or if I speak later? And adjust your volume, because people read you before you speak. It's non-verbal communication style. So in that case, when you communicate, your communication partner will often react in the same style or tone you choose. If you speak in a calm, rational voice, they will respond to you similarly. Yell or scream, they will yell or scream to you too. So before revisiting the touchy point with your partner, give cheerful thought about where and when to speak, and have a calm and rational discussion. Learn from negative emotions. If you find yourself struggling with a negative emotion, ask yourself, what is the feeling telling me? It's telling me something is not right. Can I use this emotion to motivate me to make that change? And also, hijack, emotional hijack. When you experience emotional hijack, try to examine what happened by asking yourself, why did I react that way? I did. What would I change if I could do it again? And what could I say to myself next time that would help me think more clearly? Remember that most criticism is used and roots are in truth. And even when isn't, it give you a valuable window into the perspective of others. You'll begin to see that love and understanding can create a deeper sense of wholeness, inner peace. Go out there and bring passion, as love always wins. Speak to you tomorrow in day 5. Go back and ask this question yourself without judging. That's where self-development and leadership build. Speak to you tomorrow on a 5th day. Goodbye.